If you've been struggling to convince your ideal clients to buy from you, then you're in the right place, because today I'm going to teach you how to build rapport in a way that creates authentic trust and connection so that your ideal clients are lining up to buy from you. Hey there, I'm Nafissa Shireen, success coach for entrepreneurs, and welcome to Living Forward TV. Now, for the best tips on how to shift your mindset and grow your income so that you can build a business around your personal freedom, consider subscribing and remember to click the bell notification so that you can be notified when I go live with new fresh content. Wouldn't you just love to be a magnet to your ideal clients so that the conversations and communications you have with them are so natural and flow with so much ease and grace that by the time you get to the sales part and the offer, it's just a natural next step in the conversation? Well, today I'm going to teach you how to do that. I'm going to teach you all the best strategies I have and what I've taught hundreds of my clients on how to build rapport in a way with your clients that builds authentic trust and connection. So basically it feels like they're saying, how do I give you my money? Now, before we dive into how to build rapport, I do want to take a couple of minutes to talk about this, because I think sometimes when people hear the expression rapport in sales, they get their back up because they think it's going to be some kind of NLP mind voodoo hack. And it's not that at all. Authentic rapport is how you create connection with people, right? People like people who are like them, that they feel at ease with and that they trust. And through building rapport, you help them to feel connected to you. Now, we're not trying to make friends here. This is still a professional relationship. But what we are looking to do is to create that connection that puts you in the position of a trusted advisor. Okay, so I did just say it's not all about NLP, but I am going to teach you a couple of concepts from NLP that are really important. It's all about mirroring and matching your client. And that might sound really cheesy, but I'm not talking about, like if they cross their legs, you cross their legs. If they cross their arms, you cross their arms, and copying them and making them feel all weird. But there is an art and there is a finesse to it and making the person feel at ease. And as I've taught in a lot of other videos, sales is all about finding out what the other person wants, needs, and desires. And that's where mirroring and matching, when done properly and authentically, can really help you. So how do you do that? And how do you do it without looking like you're a creep and you're stalking them? Well, first of all, as I said, you're paying attention to them. And when you ask questions and you listen to them, then they feel like you get them. So some very simple ways to create rapport, like if you're on the phone with somebody, is to listen to how they speak. If the person speaks slowly and deliberately and enunciates all their words, you don't want to be speaking really fast when you're talking to them, because you're just going to be a mile ahead of them. Can you see how there's a mismatch there? Or the opposite, if they're speaking really fast and you speak really slowly to them. So you want to hear what their tone of voice is, what their pitch is, what their cadence is in their speech, and match that. And, I'm not talking about copying them if they have an accent or something. That's cheesy. But give them the respect to speak to them in the way that they like to be heard. And if you can pick up on their breathing pattern, pick up that breathing pattern with them. It's sometimes a little harder to do that on the phone than it is in person, but that's a very intimate way to connect with somebody and let them know that you hear them and you get them and you understand them. Now, don't start heavy breathing or doing something silly on the phone. Maybe practice this with a family member or a loved one before you do that. It's a very good way to get in sync with somebody. I do a lot of work with horses, and when the horses are really up and excited, I will breathe really slowly, in and out, and they will match that and they will calm down. So when you can match someone's breathing, you create connection. The other way to create rapport, if you're in person with somebody, is to pay attention to their body language. Now, I'm not talking about staring at them and getting all creepy and watching everything they do and then doing everything that they do, because that is really weird. Like, it really is. But it's more subtle. It's about connecting with them on a body language level. Now, most people do this naturally. If you're watching somebody on a date, you're going to see them connecting this way, right? Look at a new young couple in love. They are mirroring and matching everybody, and they're not even thinking about it. It's just when we're in a formal conversation, sometimes we get so nervous that we forget. But if you really, really, really pay attention to that person and you engage them and you get into the conversation and find out about them, you're probably going to do this naturally. However, if you need a reminder or a little bit of help, things you can do are to just Pay attention to the things they do. Do they sit back? Are they open? Are they closed? And these are the type of things that you can do also. Now, don't do it as soon as they do it, because again, that's weird. But when it's your turn to speak, that creates a natural physiological break because we all change body position when we go to speak. So that might be the time to cross or uncross your legs, or to bring your hands together, or to sit back, and just do it very subtly and be aware of it and make that person feel like you have connected with them on an energetic level. It will go really far. The third way that you can build rapport is through language. And this is probably one of the ways that will help you the most, because more than likely you're going to be on a phone call with somebody. Listen to how they speak. What words do they use? And there's two ways to do this. The first thing is listen to the types of words the person uses to describe things. Are they a visual person, an auditory person, a kinesthetic person? So how do you know this? If they say things like, I can really see myself doing this, versus, yeah, I feel like I need to do this. I keep saying to myself, right? Those are three different ways of speaking. So if somebody says, I can really see myself doing this, don't ask them, how do you feel about doing this? You would say to them, well, what do you see? How do you see yourself? If they say, I have a gut feeling, talk to them about their feelings, don't say, I hear ya. So listen to the types of words they use and how they express themselves, and use that same type of language back with them. The other way to work with them with language and to build rapport is to note the exact words they use. If somebody tells you that I find this situation really challenging, then use the word challenging and don't use the word problem, because they might not actually look at it as a problem. You know, like for instance, I find lifting weights challenging. Doesn't mean it's a problem for me, right? It's just challenging. So it could have different meanings to different people. So listen to the words they use and then use those words back with them. If they say, you know, I'm really dreaming about doing such and such, use the word, well, when you dream about this, not when you think about this. So pay attention. So at the end of the day, the whole point of building rapport is just to create that connection. And again, it comes down to what I teach all the time when I teach sales, and that's paying attention to your prospect. Engage them, learn about them, and make them number one in your conversation. And I guarantee your sales are going to skyrocket and go through the roof. Now you might be wondering, okay, great. So now I've learned how to build rapport, but how do I get people into a sales conversation to begin with? Don't worry about it. I got you covered. Below this video, I have a link to a download that has word-for-word scripts on how you can transition any professional conversation into either a sales conversation or an invitation to get on your calendar. All you have to do is click the link below and it's yours. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode and our tips on building rapport. Leave me a comment below if you liked it, give me a thumbs up, and share this video. I would also love to invite you to join me in the Living Forward TV Facebook community. This is a place where you can grow your network, grow your business, and get inspiration from me daily. I hope to see you there, and until then, I will see you on the next episode of Living Forward TV.